Hey everybody and welcome. It's another Age of Grogu Sunday, and I have with us as always Max and Jason and Elijah. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey.
What up? What up?
Was it my imagination, or was that introduction countdown slower than normal beat?
Yeah, it was.
That was weird. It just like it
like,
really had
down
this
at the
weird
end.
slow beat.
Stuttered.
The
Yeah,
pitch was like slightly
yeah. I don't
slower
know
than
why.
usual.
That's kind of crazy. Whatever. We're not here to talk then about the pitch at the base of the countdown, I guess. So, guys, how you been? What's been going on this week? Jason's got sirens.
The usual, you know, crime, crime or emergencies.
Right, gotcha. Max, what's been going on with you? Anything much?
Not much. I've been mostly resting this week, still recovering from the illness, but you know,
dude. Well,
getting better and
that's good.
Having a good week.
That's cool. Elijah, what's news with you?
Not much. Another light week. I've been sitting at home, all week.
Yeah.
So,
okay,
been chilling.
Fair enough.
Bing chilling.
Hey, Lavelle, how you doing?
What's
up? Introvert Warriors back. Okay, that's cool.
Lavelle's been scaring everyone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He really? How's that?
Oh no, just he sent me this video earlier this week that actually scared me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And like he's been writing that all week.
Okay.
Just mocking me about it. It's like,
Fair enough.
dude, caught me off guard, man. It's like one of those old school like internet videos, like, look at this, and then I'm like,
oh, one of those.
And then all of a
You
sudden,
fell for one of those.
Popped
You fell
out,
for one of those.
I mean, yeah, hasn't everyone? It's just been a while.
Yeah, good point. It has been a while. Yeah.
What, you don't fall for those? Were you better than everyone?
No.
Wow, those are scary.
No, you're right. No, I'm going with. I haven't fallen for one of those for a long time.
Yeah, well, it's been a while since I've seen one.
Yeah, I'm aware when there's something strange going on like that. It's like, okay, there's something. Yeah.
And like they're engineered, like a really good one will engineer you, like.
Oh, for sure.
That one with like the classic one with the car driving on the road.
Follow the car.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden just like zombie pops up.
Oh really? That's funny.
It's like your post-primal instincts are like come out. And like those are the best ones, the ones that like engineered to like kind of bring out your primal instincts.
That's funny. I'm actually still in the process of moving. I'm actually live today from my new apartment, testing out my internet and everything here. So hopefully it won't go choppy or anything during the day. But hopefully I've got 5G now, so I'm actually up in speed supposedly. But keep us posted out there on the internet. And right now, all my boxes are just sitting behind me for the moment, just until I can get shelves in and stuff like that. So, but I'll be jumping back and forth between here and my old place for the next couple of weeks until I fully assimilate over into this new space.
Did you curate the boxes behind you, or you just like randomly stacked like
I just randomly stacked whatever I could fit in there like 5 minutes before this video. So, but I've got a few.
Look at that. You got a Qui-Gon Jean.
Yep. I like my
12-inch guard right above your head.
Yeah, I love the Gamorrean guards. Yeah, the Gamorrean guards. The
Gamorrean guard.
Hasbro Kenner Gamorrean guards are awesome. Like they are some of the coolest 12-inch figures.
There's a guy right next to him.
Oh yeah, that's Boss Nass and then I mean other stuff I've got there. I mean I've got 12-inch 12-inch Tauntaun Imperial Shuttle,
nice.
Walkers, stuff like that. I don't know. I've got
the Imperial Shuttle was one of my favorite. The Imperial Shuttle is always one of my favorite ships.
Oh yeah.
Oh dude, it's one of the coolest spaceships in the whole series.
Yeah. It's just like it's one I've always wanted to. I never had a model. I never had a toy of it, and like I would always like a big scale. I would still like a big scale of that one. If anything, I think that one more than any ship. Any Star Wars ship, I think I would want a really nice.
It's the coolest one,
Imperial.
man.
I really like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Would that be your choice to fly in the galaxy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like if I had to pick, like a Star Wars.
A fighter though? Does that thing fight? Can that thing?
They've got.
Yeah, I need at least a
I just don't think. I don't know how maneuverable they really are.
He doesn't really do much in the movie. It like just takes him from like thing to thing.
Yeah,
he's not dogfighting in that.
Yeah,
it's just I like the look. I like the look. I mean, it seems like a nice.
Oh, totally.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, it's the coolest looking ship.
Cool design.
When I was a kid, I loved that.
The actual
like a wasp kind of
toy.
wasp
I originally picked up the original from Kenner Toys, and this is the reissue that was released. I want to say in 1996, I think it was sometime. It's probably on the box somewhere. But yeah, it got re-released in 1996. Same model ship from Kenner. It just had a different paint job, a little more updated and stuff like that. But it's cool. When that thing opens up, it's like 3 feet. It's got the wingspan really just opens up, and you've got the central holding piece. You just zoom it through the air. It's like,
it's like a loop
that's it. Yeah, with the Skyhopper. Yeah, exactly. But it's sweet ship. I keep pointing the wrong direction because it's opposite.
How many helmets you got? You got like an X-wing fighter helmet.
I've only got like 4 actually. Yeah, I've got the X-wing. I've got Vader. I've got a Stormtrooper, and I've got Boba Fett. I missed out. Well, I mean, I still could have technically get Mando's helmet, but
you need like a clone trooper helmet, dude.
Yeah, but they haven't made any of the reproductions, but they've made like unofficial ones that are gorgeous. But I'm trying to stay off the helmet phase a little bit, and I've even stopped trying to stay. I'm staying off the lightsaber phase too right now. I really am just saving up for those hot toys, those 12-inch hot toys. Which, by the way, we dropped a video yesterday from Elijah and myself when we went to WonderCon last week. So if you get the chance, everybody, check on the other video link. It was a great fun day. Thanks, Elijah, for dragging me out to that because it was definitely worth the look over. And it was just a lot of fun. So
I can't wait to see it all set up and
here
you choose as your backdrop.
I'm going to be exciting. It's going to be months. I mean, I still don't even have shelving back here yet for what I want to do. So I'm going to have to wait till I can afford some shelving. So it might be minimalistic at the beginning. But eventually,
you change out the box agenda every time.
Yeah,
work out like mounting rigs so you can point the camera directly down on your white table, so you can do like unboxings and everything.
Yeah. It won't be as busy as what it is right here. I'll keep it nice and clean. It's still my front living room, so I still want it to be presentable. But I will be able to have the ability of switching things out with my old apartment. I just had the posters fixed on the wall, so I'll do something where I can change things out nicely and do that. I mean, I'll be able to even push the table further forward to get a wider back wall and stuff down the track. Either way, let's talk about some news, guys. Let's see what is it's been a relatively quiet news week again this week. I guess the biggest thing specifically related to Star Wars was the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga came out. Now, you know me, I'm not a gamer, so I haven't played the game, but I've been watching a lot of people playing on YouTube and stuff like that. The guys over at All New Nerds have been playing away and having fun with that. Have any of you had the chance to play the game yet?
Not yet, but soon I'll probably pick it up. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the memes.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. What kind of stuff?
Just like, like what you've always, I'm always seeing like the Star Wars Lego memes, and now that they're just got new footage now, so they could expand on that.
Okay. All right.
The lore on,
fair enough.
on Star Wars.
All those Lego games have been fun. I mean, all those Lego games have been fun, even like the earlier ones, the Batman Lego, and like now I imagine they're so much better now. I mean, it's been 10 years since the last time I played like one of the last Lego games, but I imagine
I think it's been 10 years since they last released a game, because apparently this one's been a while in the making. So
yeah, it's definitely
because they got all the other properties
and but fun. I can imagine it being on the community. And is that like online? Is it online? It's all platforms. It's
on
everything. It is okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it's crossplay, but I know it is.
It's like
available
on all
platforms.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have an Xbox 360, and that's like I know that's really old, so I don't even know if it's like for the older, only Xbox, the new one or whatever.
Yeah, I think it might only be on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
And the newer Xboxes.
Yeah. The platforms change so often, I can never keep up.
Right. Well, either way, I mean, I can say that people seem to be having fun with it. I've heard a few things, people saying that they've done a lot more in past games related to this. I guess the fact that they're putting all 9 movies into a series of, I guess, game segments limits the amount of stuff that they can do in each section. I'm not too sure exactly. Anybody out there in chat, please let us know if what you feel the limitations or the advantages are of this particular game, and whether you're having fun with it. Yeah. Any other thoughts on this game, guys?
I'm excited to see more stuff online about it because I'm not going to play.
Well, watch me play it.
Fair enough. Yeah. That's about my limit. I'm just not a gamer. So anyway, one of the cool things. Speaking of helmets, strange enough, I should have done this as an intro in. This has got released last week as part of the Hasbro Pulse. And before I show the image, I swear to God, I thought it was 1st of April again, like, April Fools. But this is actually a real thing. They are making a Trapper Wolf electronic helmet, which Trapper Wolf, of course, is Dave Filoni's character in Star Wars in Mandalorian, which I just thought was kind of cool. I don't know. It was just like, it's kind of a blast.
So that's going to be available, huh? It's
going to be available, but I'm probably not going to pick it up. But maybe I don't will.
I'd prefer a Porkins helmet. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of.
That's an OG, man. What do you mean?
Yeah,
really?
no. I like
Porkins more of a character.
Yeah, but in the reference of like, it's the
just
first
Dave
time
Filoni.
I think. Oh no, they've released the Poe Dameron helmet, so it's going to say actually it's probably the first in the Manoverse that they're releasing a helmet to. But it was just like a random, really, they're doing it with this Dave Filoni. It's like, okay, that's cool. I'm kind of down with that kind of thing.
So that doesn't have a cowboy hat on it or something.
Oh wait, hang on a second. No, it's got the wolf.
There's a wolf wearing a cowboy hat.
It's got the wolf motif up there, which is his.
So wolves are a thing in the universe, then, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, Dave Filoni is a huge fan of wolves in general. Like,
well, it's like wolves. Like, what kind of wolves are these?
Loath wolves. It looks like it's the Loath wolf, which is from Star Wars Rebels. The last season of Star Wars Rebels deals with a wolf reference in a very spiritual journey that Ezra Bridger takes, which was a very, very cool story.
Has a falcon ever been referenced in the Star Wars universe? Like as existing as an animal?
A bird?
Or is like the Millennium Falcon referencing something?
In the universe.
Yeah, right?
You've got the Night Owls. You've got who is part of Bo-Katan's Mandalorian creed. You've got the... what are they called? The Nighthawks. You've got hawks. I don't know if we've actually got falcons yet. So
but there is like suggesting that falcons kind of exist in this universe.
Too, I'm sure, yeah. But an alien version of the falcon. Even the Loath wolves, even these Loath wolves are slightly different form than your typical wolf. But they are,
still kind of alien.
They're still kind of alien.
Make it kind of alien.
Yep. Speaking of alien, the Ahsoka series, which is obviously going in some sort of full swing. I don't know if they've started shooting at this point, but they've picked a director to direct one of the episodes. Peter Ramsey, who co-directed Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, is tapped to direct at least one episode of Ahsoka. So, I mean, I think we can all say we were huge, huge fans of Spider-Verse. So, and the direction and style. So I'm
that
very
movie's
excited.
A game changer.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Like it changed the history of all animation film.
So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table in the live form, especially with the Ahsoka Tano character. Yeah, which would be kind of cool. We still don't know too much about what that series is going to be.
I know it's like
we know loosely what it's going to be based around.
What we like about the Star Wars Spider-Verse, will that translate into this? Like,
wait, Star Wars Spider-Verse?
I mean, Spider-Man's Spider-Verse. Like what we liked about him doing that. How is that going to translate into any other directing that he does? Because
I mean, considering that Dave Filoni only directed animation before he did The Mandalorian, and it was evident that his style, he had to learn some things to process into the live action stuff compared to the animation. So I'm not sure if Peter Ramsey's actually. I'll have to check and see, but on his IMDb, whether he's directed live action stuff, I assume he probably has at some point. But
I mean, I'm sure he has. Yeah, but like I just want to see like what is it as him as a director that he brings different.
Well, no, totally.
Like, just seeing like through the Spider-Verse, I can have an idea, but I think I just haven't seen enough of his work to kind of pinpoint that.
I imagine it'll have something to do with. I imagine it'll have something to do with framing your shot and everything. I mean, a lot of Dave Filoni's framed shots in style that he shot in animation. He brought into the second season of Mandalorian.
You could claim that like Robert Rodriguez likes people spinning. Something like that.
Yes.
But like like how a director that you've known for a while, you could kind of like pick out certain nuances that make them different. But it takes a while to kind of figure that out, right?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be able to pinpoint like what makes the Russo brothers like what their thing is, right?
Honestly,
like
Russo brothers they're kind of bland. Their style is a little bland.
But I think it's how they handle ensembles. Like when you look at where they come from like Arrested Development and Community, what they're mostly really famous for, like for a lot of people. Right. And those deal with multiple characters in like separate storylines that kind of converge.
Gotcha.
Like that's like a big part of those shows. But like I feel like getting the Russo brothers to conduct like a multiple characters was a great idea, and they do it great.
Yeah.
And I think that's their signature is a little bit more nuanced than anything like Robert Rodriguez, where you see a spin. It's like, oh, it's Robert Rodriguez.
Right. Gotcha.
Other than just being flashy, like sometimes it shines through something else, like the overall aura of the film. Yeah. That could be their signature, but it's like harder to pinpoint with certain directors like that,
For sure. Totally.
Like what makes Paul Thomas Anderson movie? Like what's the little thing that you could pinpoint about that makes it specifically his?
Right.
It's sometimes it's a lot more nuanced than a spin.
Yeah, that's a lot more nuanced. You could He's definitely like a mood and like there's a feel to his type of movies for sure. Right. But you could pick up.
But but it's almost hard to like pinpoint exactly what that is. But you kind of know it and you kind of feel it. But that's what's going to be interesting in seeing someone do like an episode of Ahsoka to try to pinpoint exactly what that is. Like Bryce Dallas Howard's directing style, you can't really pinpoint what that is, but you're a fan.
But I think it's her pacing. She's got a really clear eye about the pacing of a shot.
But isn't that like the editor too as well? Like that's something to consider. Like that's not always a director. There's all types of people orchestrating that too. Like if you were to that isn't George Lucas's strength, but the people who edited a lot of his movies helped a lot because if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't have the same pacing. So
but I also
director doesn't directly mean pacing.
Right. But in most TV shows, the director does their stuff, it's passed on to the editor, and then the editor does their stuff. I think in Mandalorian's case, and probably the Marvel TV shows, it feels like that the directors of each of the episodes have a lot more say from beginning to end. It just, from what I got the vibe of, that they actually have a word in how they would like certain things edited, and that information, those notes are passed down to the editor from there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the question I'd love to ask a director and one of the directors of those shows, and find out in these TV shows, where does it not become a formatic TV sitcom or a formatic TV 1 hour drama show and become really it's Disney Plus. It's a whole different ball game of how they do things.
Yeah, you have to answer to the showrunner still too, to kind of keep continuity.
Exactly.
And, feel of everything consistent.
But you can really go back on Dallas Bryce Howard's direction and say her pacing is wonderful in her episodes, because the other episodes that she's not directing have a very different pace to them. Her pacing is just energetic and enthusiastic as I watch her stuff, and I'm enjoying what she's doing in the Star Wars universe. And I still keep saying, give her a feature film now. She's so deserving of a feature film in the Star Wars universe. I'd be so down to seeing that.
Yeah, but it's just like trying to figure out exactly what it is that pulls her apart from everyone else. When like it's a relatively new director, I guess you're trying to find, like any artist, trying to find your signature thing,
right?
Trying to find out what you're good at. Like, what's the director of like Children of Men? Like his whole thing was like, I do long ass shots,
right?
And then he did like Gravity. He's like, you know what?
Right.
That's one whole fucking shot right there.
Yes,
like,
yes, yeah.
But like you see his shots just get longer and longer and longer. But is that his signature? Because other people do that. Like you look at Joss Whedon's movies, like Serenity. There's a long ass shot in that movie. Like right in the beginning, they're just introducing
Birdman. It was like supposed to be all.
Birdman was awesome,
and that was like an entire long ass shot.
Yeah, that was a good shot too. That was crazy. But like whole scene sequence.
He doesn't. So he doesn't own that. None of these directors own. It's just like how you do it, and that's that's like tricks.
That was another good one, 1917.
Yeah. I haven't seen that. It was a one big shot as well, huh?
Yeah, one long shot.
Oh yes, that was good.
Okay.
It's cool because they dress up like the people carrying stuff out of the scene as soldiers.
Oh yeah.
So like they just like when they have like the camera coming down, there's that big crane shot when he runs. There's like they dressed up camera ops as soldiers to carry out like one of the rigs from the scene, but you see them, but they just comped out they just comped out the object they're carrying, and they're just like running.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're just soldiers. They just dress them up. Just comp out whatever they're carrying.
That's funny.
It's pretty cool.
Funny.
It's kind of like in Shazam when they had like crew members in the mall and they just like shopped for like bags.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Like they didn't
on purpose.
Check. They didn't block it right. And then they didn't see it until editing. And then they're like, you know what? Just put some bags in their hands.
Oh, that's funny.
You barely see it. It's for a second, but it's for like the people who pause it. And you can see like they're holding bags. So just blend in.
So, I can't think of any more Star Wars related news from this week. Can you guys think of anything? Otherwise, we'll jump on to some Marvel news.
No. I think that's the biggest thing was the Lego, right?
Yeah, that was the biggest thing that dropped this week. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So very quickly, I don't know how any of us really focus or care on this, but Kraven the Hunter has begun filming. Anybody yet gone to see Morbius?
I still haven't seen Morbius.
I still keep forgetting about that.
And that's a character I like too. I love Michael Morbius.
Okay.
But that movie just does not. Nothing about it has appealed to me. I did the same thing about the Kraven movie. It's like, what does a solo Kraven movie look like?
I think every day I've been seeing like something just bashing Morbius movie, like another meme.
Well, Morbius at least it makes sense to make a movie for him. Like Kraven is just like, why give him a solo movie?
Yeah.
That one for sure. It's just like people don't know that
they want the money. It's about the money.
I know, but if you're gonna do that, why not make a Black Cat movie?
Yeah,
like, there's so many other
they're looking at the track record of like a lot of like movies, and they're trying to say, dude, let's just make a.
Yeah, it's got to be like it's got to be what characters they own, like which ones they can do. They probably have like a small selection because of who owns what copyrights and who owns, know, whoever. It's like sometimes it comes down to like they can't make a movie, whatever. They wanted to make the Question. They wanted to do that, but they can't get the rights to make that into a movie. So they there's some characters.
Warner Brothers.
At this point, it's just gonna be like we already know Rorschach too much. Like it's just gonna.
Well,
that's gonna.
I'm just saying that as an example. I'm just saying as an example.
Right.
I'm just saying there's some characters that they can't get for whatever reason. So maybe it's just
comic rights get confusing. Especially with like
what they own,
DC,
the characters that they own, like basically.
Yeah.
Well, look at the Fantastic Four. They made a whole movie that they didn't release just so they could extend the contract.
Yeah, in the 90s,
it just came out. It was like they made the same year as Jurassic
it's only
Park.
grabbing onto like
it
looks like it was made in the 80s.
Yeah, it definitely lacked like 10 years of film advancements in that movie.
Mobius's car. I swear down, don't bother. Okay. Yeah, I
thanks, Liam.
Yep.
Thanks for
Liam's final word.
making this man. Way to take one for the team, bro.
There you go. Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So now we don't have to see it. That's good.
Now who's going to see the Madam Web movie for us?
I'd be curious because I'm more into Madam Web than I was ever into Morbius kind of thing. But at the same time, only am into Madam Web because of the 90s animated Spider-Man. How are you going to do that
without Spider-Man?
I don't know. They're
going to have to keep referencing him as just like different
Madam Web's supposed to be a reveal within a Spider-Man story, you know?
Exactly.
Like she's like the big reveal at the end when you find out everything's intertwined and she's like pulling the strings. Like she's that's what Madam Web was
supposed to happen.
But then they're doing a whole movie on her.
I think it's gonna be the second Madam Web, Julia Sweeney.
What's that?
Last name? Julia
thanks,
Carpenter.
I didn't know there was more than one, but okay.
Next time I'm in the country, we'll meet up for 11sies. How about that?
Anyway, end of the day, it's like it seems like Sony are doing the same problems that that Warner Brothers did, that DC did with Warner Brothers, and it's like they're making all the same mistakes, and it's like, guys, learn. You've got the subject, you've got the subject matter and the ability to connect with Marvel and Disney and do it right. I mean, just do it freaking right. Share the rights. Do whatever you need to do to get it off the ground, and then. It's. I'm still scared about the Spider-Man trilogy that they now get to do without Marvel's, hold on any of that, and that worries me a lot. And that worries me because if they don't get the right mindset behind the process of filming these things, that they're going to end up by destroying Tom Holland's Spider-Man rather than making it even stronger.
Well, actually, I think I have a controversial take on that. I think they could only make him better. I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man's actually in kind of a rough spot in terms of being Peter Parker.
Okay.
He was never really designed to be the classic Peter Parker. He's always kind of been designed to be a little bit more like Miles with his friendship with Ned and his relationship with Aunt May and how she knows he's Spider-Man from early on.
Okay.
And I feel like now they're kind of in a position where they could make him a lot more of a familiar Peter Parker and bring in stuff like him working for the Daily Bugle, bring in a lot of other relationships and characters that'll make him a lot more Peter Parker-y.
Right.
It's crazy that they were able to write in a hard reset for Spider-Man.
Yeah,
so he gets to have like
quo.
Right.
Yeah.
But
cool.
the before life, the multiverse, the Marvel Peter Parker, Tom Holland's Peter Parker. I love that character in that setting, but I do.
That setting's gone now.
That setting's gone, so I'm excited. I am excited to see it, but I also worry that Sony will, in production's terms, not produce the best possible material they can give with that. I don't know. I just, they've got
it's like whenever Warner Brothers announced a new DC movie, you're like,
we all cringe.
Oh, like they announced Aqualad the other day.
What?
I completely forgot about that. Charlize Theron's producing an Aqualad movie based on the second Aqualad Calder.
I guess it'll be related to Jason Momoa's Aquaman, I'm assuming.
That's the implication.
They're trying to plan like a Young Justice.
That'd be
that would be a smart move. That would be an awesome move.
It would be
I would
smart.
love to see that.
Yeah, it would be if they do it right.
Yeah.
Actually, a Young Justice, James Gunn could take a Young Justice, I think.
I wouldn't. I would want someone a little different for Young Justice. I think he's really good at what he did with Peacemaker. I think that'd be a little bit of a backslide for DC.
Okay.
To kind of treat more characters like jokes instead of taking them the Young Justice cast.
That could easily get out of hand.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's like because it works, so we'll just run with it, and they'll have like a whole Suicide Squad on their hands. Like,
yeah, exactly. I thought they should be taken a little bit more, seriously with their missions and stuff like that.
I'm happy that they have James Gunn to kind of help, and they'll listen to him because of because of the success that he's brought. So they'll listen to him.
He wants me to say rights again.
Say it again.
Okay. Say rights again. I just said rights again. I don't know.
Well, this you get rights.
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 Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'll be back.
Okay, that's cool. While we're waiting for Jason to return, managed to get ourselves tickets for Doctor Strange this week. They all dropped for pre-sales. I put this poster up even though it's IMAX because it's a really cool poster. I love the design of this poster. But we are seeing it on Dolby, of course. Yeah, we're seeing it on Dolby, of course. So yeah, we are going to be seeing it on the Friday morning
in Dolby,
in Dolby, and at like 11 a.m. in the Burbank Theater, which will be really cool. I'm excited to. I'm really excited to see this film.
Yeah, first thing in the morning, and that's kind of nice to see the movie first thing and like not have to, the first early show is going to be nice.
Totally.
Yeah, waking up with some Sam Raimi. Always
nice. That's it. Sorry, Jason. Yeah, we're talking about the Doctor Strange. A, the poster, which the IMAX poster is really cool, and B, that we are going to see it in the movie theaters on Friday, the 6th of May. Which is cool. Are you excited for that, Jason? Yeah, I guess Jason is pretty excited. Yes, yeah.
Do we think Ash is going to be in the movie from Evil Dead?
I think there's going to be so many weird references in there to any like Sam Raimi stuff. It's going to be
we're going to see some stuff we're not even expecting.
Wait. No, okay. Now I'm curious, Max. You say Ash in the reference of, is Ash a Marvel character?
Ash has appeared in books with conjunction with Marvel, so he's not technically in the Marvel universe, but in stuff like Marvel Zombies, and Marvel Zombies 5 turned into Marvel Werewolves, which was a crossover between Evil Dead.
And we also know we are going to see zombie. No, but we also know we're going to see zombie Doctor Strange because
exactly. I think
because we've seen him in makeup.
Part of the reason he was so keen for some of this stuff is it's already referencing some of his material, like Marvel Zombies, and the multiverse also gets to reference his spider stuff.
Oh, jeez.
So I think it was a real natural fit for him.
Because there is a Doctor Strange in the Raimi Spider-Verse.
I would die if Ash turns up killing Marvel zombie characters. I think that would be freaking awesome.
It wouldn't be unheard of.
You're right. Now that you say that,
people would lose their mind. That would be so. If he had like a
biggest crossover,
a really cool entry too. He saved someone who's just like
because
with his
chainsaw. We all need a little Bruce Campbell in our lives. I mean, seriously,
he's going to be in the movie no matter what.
Oh no,
as long as Sam Raimi's around.
When you were sick, we actually posted we did an image last week that we pulled up. Well, hang on, was it last week or was it the week before? We pulled up an image of him in the makeup chair.
Someone pointed out that was posted on April 1st.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now look at it again. Does it look shopped to you?
That's funny. Huh. Well, that's interesting. The original. Okay,
I'm just saying it like
so
after
maybe
you showed
that
to me, I saw it again. I'm like, oh, he posted on the.
Ooh. So maybe in that case, that's just an April Fool's joke that we know he's going to be in the movie somehow, some form. So maybe he really is Ash in the film.
Maybe. He's going to be in it, yeah.
Right. That would be just to freaking die for. I would love to see that. I mean, yeah. Anyway, besides the point, we are all very excited for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and I'm sure we're all going to be seeing it multiple times for sure. Which leads us to the next little.
Wait a minute before
piece.
you. Hold on 1 second, Max. Was there a Dark Man comic book from Marvel? Did Marvel do like an adaptation of Darkman?
Darkman.
Like in that run?
No, I know when the movie came out, I know they made a comic book adaptation of it. I can't remember if that was Marvel or not.
Oh,
then you have a chance for like Darkman to show up.
The Raimi-verse.
I don't know if that one because a lot of the Raimi-verse comics were produced by Dark Horse.
Oh, okay, maybe it was Dark Horse.
Okay,
I'm trying to remember.
No, but it's probably Dark Horse. Now that you say that. All right, moving on.
Some of them I think might have been produced with conjunction with Marvel, though.
Okay.
Anyway,
Liam's going to be making an appearance in Multiverse of Madness.
So, guys, this little image was dropped by Chris Hemsworth, relaying to 11/4/22. Which happens to be, well, at least for the American folks, tomorrow. Monday, which is probably referring to a trailer drop of Thor: Love and Thunder.
That way of placing dates makes a lot more sense.
What's that?
Like, that way, like
this
the
way?
day, month, and year.
It
makes so much sense.
For sure.
It's like
totally,
the whole our
It's
measuring
the more
system.
universal way of doing it.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was
Messed
saying. We would be messing with the American audiences with the because it's, of course.
No, but like they don't care. They
don't care. No, exactly. Yeah, but the fact.
But I like that. Like I prefer. I prefer that
totally.
way of dating. That's pretty cool. It makes
totally.
A lot of sense.
It's the it should be the day before the month, not the month before the day. Well, I'm used to it because I grew up with that too. But yes, as of tomorrow, they are supposed to be dropping a trailer. So if you guys are up in the morning, we will do a trailer reaction. Chances are they'll drop it about the same time. Marvel tend to drop all their trailers about 7 a.m. ish, LA time at least. So. If that's the case, we will definitely do a reaction video if they are indeed dropping that trailer. I mean, at this point in time, this is no other film from Marvel have dropped a trailer so close to the release date of the movie itself. Like, you usually get this movie opens up in 2 months' time. I think it's at the end of July or something like that. Does
it really?
Yeah, it's
that's crazy. You're not.
Because I remember thinking. I remember Ragnarok was relatively close to
it's going to be a big trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, Taika Waititi's such a big director now that it's like he's almost eclipsed the Thor idea. He's just like anything he touches turns to gold.
Yeah, July the 8th.
Yeah, he retconned
maybe they did it
on
purpose just to keep zero knowledge of the storyline, so they less leaking of a plot line, less time for people to theorize.
They know it's going to do well.
Yeah. And the other thing,
I can see them posting I could see them doing if instead of a trailer, I could see them doing. Posting one small one scene that doesn't still give out any information about what the movie is, and let that be the setup to whatever the movie is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I could see it being one little. Yeah. I could see them still keeping out not doing a trailer until just let people watch it.
Yeah. The reality is we don't know what the events of Multiverse of Madness is going to have on Thor Ragnarok and other films beyond that too. Right. So maybe they are doing it as late as they possibly can, so that it doesn't interfere with the release of Thor, which is less than a month away now.
We're gonna get a Thor post credits.
I would guess so. I would guess
right. That makes sense.
Yeah,
if it's the next thing coming out, and it's probably going to have a huge effect on what the premise of Thor's movie.
I mean, that's the ultimate into I could see this if they do show something tomorrow. I could see instead of being a general trailer, I could see it just being a clip instead of a trailer that gives the whole more of a storyline. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean that also goes to the question. I mean, I don't know enough about the comics. I mean, what is the Multiverse of Madness all about? How does that end cap as a arc? Where do they come out of it by the end of whatever journey they go on?
I think what they're doing is going to be Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, which was all the multiverses and realities,
which we know is
coming
coming
together to become War World, run by God Emperor Doom.
Okay.
So you're going to introduce. I mean, this is just going to open up the can of worms of multiple universes.
Yeah, well, they've already alluded to that obviously with Krang and
that's okay, guys. It's just animation now.
Krang
on a different planet.
sorry, Kang.
Oh no, but what they introduced was a controlled multiverse.
Right, correct.
So what we're getting right now is it just branching out and it's becoming this chaos that Kang was trying to hold together.
Kang.
Krang.
Sorry.
Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Krang the Ninja. That's where that name is from. I
have Krang on the brain. But so anyway, I mean, we will definitely do a reaction video to that in the morning for sure. I mean, I'm excited to see what
there was a leak on what Christian Bale's character looks like.
I haven't seen
Gore?
anything on that.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's cool. I mean, I saw it, but I'm not gonna tell people to see it because it's like a toy thing, you know.
Gotcha.
I still can't believe he's playing a character like Gore the God Butcher, not like. someone like super important to the universe. Like I feel like he would have been like a great Beyonder.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna do great. He did a great Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
So
hopefully he brings that same energy.
Yeah, right.
Before we later on jump into Moonknight, any other Marvel news you guys heard or came across this week at all?
There was this piece on I guess America Chavez's cut role from the newest Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Oh, okay.
Oh
yeah. What's happening with it?
The co-creator. Well, the co-creator speaks out on the amount of money Marvel offered him for Doctor Strange 2.
Right.
And then there's also, where did I see that? Hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. America Chavez scrapped the role in the threequel has been revealed.
Okay.
For a time, she was even considered for a part in Spider-Man No Way Home, in which she would have played the Sorcerer's Apprentice type role that ultimately led to Ned, according to a knowledgeable source.
Okay.
Huh.
All right.
So she was going to be the apprentice who like opens up the portals and stuff. Yeah. Other than Ned, instead they just wrote Ned and it's like,
gotcha.
My mom tells me I have magic, or my grandma. And
we
never wrote that in. And so No Way Home was initially supposed to open after a Doctor Strange sequel. And so her No Way Home part was cut. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. So the order of the movies changed. So they had to cut her role.
Okay. Gotcha.
And introduce her later.
With Spider-Man, there was supposed to be a re-release with the extended footage, a director's cut, supposedly on the big screen. I thought, but obviously that's not.
I think that got scrapped. I remember.
Yeah.
Where did you hear that? Because I only heard it from you guys.
Yeah, I read it somewhere. I'm pretty sure it was through some sort of Marvel channel, but I could be wrong. I mean, it was weeks ago or like a month and a half ago. But with Spider-Man: No Way Home comes out on DVD and Blu-ray on this Tuesday,
Blu-ray.
So, which I mean, it's all on digital, of course, but
Liam, Christian Bale is a legend.
Yeah. So, Jason and I saw
favorite. Oh, sorry, never mind.
I was gonna say, Jason and I did see a movie this week that you guys have not yet seen. So we're going to keep this completely spoiler-free. So we're not going to go into any spoilers whatsoever, but. We both saw it on two separate occasions, not together, and I think we can both say that Everything Everywhere All at Once was probably one of the most dynamic new movies that I think is out there. That's been out for a very long time.
It's a game changer.
Yeah,
like Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
but
it really was.
Yeah, so I don't know if your experience was the same as mine, because I watched this at Alamo Drafthouse.
Yeah,
and they do a lot to they do things differently, I guess. Mm-hmm. But prior to the movie starting, even before the trailers, on the screen was just a bunch of like trailers for old kung fu movies.
Right.
They had clips of from old movies like Princess Bride or like or Silence of the Lambs, where people's eyes were googly, like they replaced their eyes with Google eyes.
Right.
And they had like all these old trailers from old Michelle Yeoh movies. They had a Wong Kar-wai trailer, and like a music video, like a random song from the 90s. And then I was like, okay, this is weird. They're playing all this random stuff, and then the movie starts, and you're like, oh my god, they planted this seed of like all these references that are happening in the movie, which they showed us like a whole bunch of clips and stuff, and they kind of like deja vu kind of like all came together. It's like, whoa. And so you kind of understand like how far reach down they like reference to, like they're, like there's a,
that's
like,
cool.
They show clips from Michelle Yeoh movies where she has like a
versus like
what they did is they like had us they primed us, or they they groomed us.
Yeah, it's the same thing as like
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, they groomed us for the movie. So when we watched it, we could make the direct references to like what they were referencing, because it's just stacked full of references, not only from just like film, but from Michelle Yeoh's career. referenced throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't have any of that. I went into with a few friends at Century City, and honestly, I saw the trailer. I was interested to see it, but I didn't realize how incredibly just involved this story was on what felt like still a lower budget kind of feature film. It didn't have a lot of locations, and it kept in the same locations, but it kept every single location interesting every time they revisited that location, and every time they revisited sets of characters. And again, it was only a small cast, but I mean, they had along with Michelle. They had what's his name? Short Round from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. He played Data in Goonies. I can never pronounce his name, but he's so cool. And he hasn't acted for years, and he kind of got pulled back into this role, which he was awesome. Like the whole cast, and again, not a large cast, but really awesome. We also had James Hong, who, by the way, he's like nearly 90 years old, I think. And he is one of the most wonderful actors who's done probably the most parts you could ever come across, whether it's animation, whether it's live action, whether it's television. He is so versatile and jumped all these mediums.
This new generation may remember him from Kung Fu Panda.
Yes. Yeah.
Or Balls of Fury.
Yeah. But
he kind of reprises his Big Trouble in Little China role for that.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I forgot he was in Big Trouble in Little China too. But he is such he's just got such a range of characters over his lifetime.
All the veteran actors.
And
that's him and Michelle Yeoh, veteran actors,
and Jamie Lee
Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis too. Yeah. And it was just a treat to see these actors play off of each other, to see the story play so well. If you have not seen this film, seriously, it is the most freshest new film, the freshest film I've seen in over 10 years. And I rarely will say that I felt exhilarated. I feel like that this film, after watching it last Sunday, I came into watching Moonknight, and Moonknight was disappointing for me because it brought down this level of what filmmaking
standards.
I don't know. Yeah, it was just. It was
check out more A24 films, man.
It was just so fresh. It was just so fresh.
Did you see
A24 brings that, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I haven't seen that yet. I want to see that.
The Green Knight, A24 is so good.
Dev Patel.
Oh yeah.
Everything that A24 pumps out is like pretty mind blowing.
Yeah.
But I've been I'm a huge fan of the Daniels.
Right,
and like
the directors, right? Yes.
Yeah, like following their career ever since that Pockets short they did back in like
I haven't seen that.
2012.
Yeah,
but they did this one film called like The Interesting Ball, and I feel like that was their sizzle reel to do for this movie because it has
how's it going?
It just has the same feel, and it goes through all the same beats that this movie had, but it was just shrunken down into like a 10-minute film. That's the film I sent you to check out.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't had because I've been moving. I haven't.
But it's check it out. It's another Brent's excuses, just locked and loaded. I've
been moving.
That Cad Bane of excuses.
Moving.
But like it's and the way they you could see their directorial style in this, like what we were talking about earlier. These guys have just like established a specific style. I mean, they've done like music videos, and like their way of filming things has kind of come from this kind of DIY YouTube video. And they took that knowledge that they got and like the techniques they used they've always been using for their stuff, and kind of applied it to this like full length feature. And the way they've established everything, it works. And it all makes sense. And like the way they write the story, like you just take everything and
it's also intelligent. It's an intelligent, and it's even touching and heartwarming at certain parts.
Yeah.
That's as well as funny. I mean, there's some funny stuff that goes
weird.
on.
Like they have the ability to make the dumbest thing you could think of very profound.
Yes.
That would if I want to pinpoint the Daniels, like their trick of the trade that is it right there. And this movie is just a showcase of their skill and like what they can do and what they do best.
Yeah.
And I think everyone should watch it. It's one of like the best movie of the year. And it's like, it's one of those movies you walk away and you feel inspired.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I didn't also know it was produced by the Russo brothers too.
Oh, was it? That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of the cheese? Anchorman loves the cheese. Anyway, I mean, so again, everything, everywhere, all at once. Guys, seriously, go see that film.
Oh, Brent, watch that thing I sent you.
Oh yeah, I will definitely check it out. We won't watch it now, but we'll watch it soon enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was going to jump into this week's episode of Moonknight, I guess. Want to chat about that for a bit, guys?
Oh, bloody hell.
I may or may not have made a list of grievances with that show.
Oh, man, I know, Matt. I know. I want to see what Max has to say about
that
Gentleman Moonknight or whatever.
It might have made me a little mad. I've been a little angry about it this week.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like whoever made that show doesn't like Moonknight as a character.
Okay. Doesn't like them or just doesn't know the character?
I don't think they like that.
I think they're spitting in the face of the source material.
It's not even, well, yes, it is, but I don't even think that's the problem with it. I think it's just showing that they just don't like the character. The characters, they just turn him into Deadpool almost immediately.
Oh, they're kind of like how slapstick.
I'm gonna go with another thought. I don't see him more as a Deadpool. I see him more as the Mask.
Yeah, it does also feel very masky.
Loki?
Smoking.
What? No, what
do you mean what? Do you watch The Mask? Do you know what The Mask is?
Yes, I've seen the movie The Mask. Yes, but I'm just saying, I just feel especially the Mr. Knight character, that feels more like the Mask type character rather than Deadpool even
yeah, that's like my main problem with it, to be honest. Is just
I could see the Deadpool I see as in like the fashion of his mask and the whiteout eyes.
Right.
That's I see Deadpool.
Superhero landing joke was literally from Deadpool.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he kept making the joke about superhero landings. It's like they're rubbing their knees.
He established
and falls over. It's just kind of the same joke as Deadpool.
Okay, so when you get an earful from Lavelle, Max is the hater. I'm kidding. We're all not haters here.
Liam, I'm sorry. Moonknight's a lot of things, but he's not goofy. He's a very serious, stern guy. I know you've probably seen a lot of memes about him, but he's the guy who doesn't give a shit about killing people. Like Moonknight's, he's a pretty brutal character. Like
I feel like they put that on the Khonshu, huh? Like the brutalness.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like.
So they're like taking him and splitting him.
Yeah,
they're like splitting him into like all these different He's all fragmented now, huh?
Yeah. You turn it between different characters.
Smoking.
Yeah, you've got the Mr. Knight character. I really feel like that is that
when he says the whole
like
a butterfly sting like a bee. That was so cringe, bro.
I didn't like that piece of dialogue.
Even with a V, I was really like, that's the least Moonknight. I think like it's like they turned 5 personalities into 2 because he's still Steven.
So bloody nobody
when he's Mr. Knight, which was also a little weird. Like
Jason's getting it on there. Jason's getting on his inner Moonknight character.
Piss off.
But I mean, Moonknight. Liam, you're right. He'll make some corny jokes, but the heart of his character is he's kind of an edgelord. He's pretty gritty and. You know, he while he's been on Avengers teams, he doesn't get along with most people. That's kind of the core of his character is that, you know, he's not a Batman. He's not the gritty in the same way Batman's gritty. He's gritty in the same and like past that.
He kind of started out as the Batman.
Right. Well, the early Bill Sienkiewicz, especially the drawings, the way he draws the eyes.
The way they did Deadpool based off of like Deathstroke, they kind of did like Moonknight based on like Batman.
Especially
Playboy, like.
I think the difference though is that he doesn't.
They were all that. Back in the day, they were all.
Yeah. Well, what was your thoughts on this episode, Elijah?
Both episodes it hasn't really grabbed me yet.
Yeah.
It hasn't. What? Can you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, it hasn't grabbed me yet. The series, like, the 2 episodes, it was okay, but like, I'm agreeing. It hasn't grabbed me as a series, and there's like less Moonknight than you expect. There's more of him like dealing with his girl personality than there is with the character. So.
Right. The slow build again, basically, is what we're seeing coming from this character.
We're like a third of the way through the show now, too.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I think like with the reveals
right.
the reveals they're doing, it's like something you want to kind of see right away instead of waiting in between weeks to see,
Right.
So now we're having time to sit with Stevie and be annoyed with him.
Yeah.
Instead of him actually being an endearing character in contrast to Mark.
He is now locked away. This, by the end of the episode.
Thank God.
Locked away in the mirror.
We were getting so annoyed with him.
I was getting pretty annoyed with British Stevie.
Yeah,
as I say, me and Max were getting really annoyed with British.
Well, it's like, what is it? It's like, I don't even. It's not referencing anything. They just did it, and he's just super British and bumbly and irreverent.
I thought
what he is now is the biggest obstacle to Moonknight at the moment.
Yeah,
that's what I'm seeing with Steve.
I thought Steve was a good introduction on the first episode as to this character, as lost as the audience was in that thing.
And now he's just an obstacle to me. I liked the intro; it was great to be introduced to this specific personality. But I'm kind of.
I would like to have seen him a bit more accepting to willingly. He knows. He now. If let's put it this way: if something in my alter ego suddenly pops in and says, "By the way, you're in danger. I can help you," I'd be like skeptical at first, but the moment it becomes, I'm safe from that element, and it happens again. I'm like, jump in here right now because I need your help.
A lot of the development to the character is probably relying a lot on the conflict between the two personalities, So this gives the conflict to kind of resolve. But like the way they're introducing it to us with show by show, I'm kind of just want to get over that and get to some Moonknight stuff,
Right.
It's like I think it's weird that they overcomplicated Moonknight while also stripping away so much of the complications.
Really?
They're spending so much time talking about Stevie and Mark, and he usually has 5 personalities that usually they're always been handled pretty quickly. Steve or Jake or Mark or Moonknight or Mr. Knight. I think they're spending so long explaining them that it's just hurting the show.
Right. Yeah.
Man. I wish I had more sympathy for Steve. Stevie.
I lost it.
I just
and there's only 4 episodes left, right?
I don't. There's not really anything endearing about him. He's just kind of annoying at this point. Like, I get it. You don't want to hurt people, but like, I don't know. I'm just not sold on it as much.
At this point, we're just like, hurt people, Steven.
We're
just not working on you.
Jackal's here.
Knowing nothing about the character while going in, I mean, it's fresh off. I'm enjoying what they're doing, but I'm still at this point of like, I don't know whether I'm starting to become Marvel burnt out or the fact that we're dealing with characters that I'm just 100% not familiar with. Yeah,
I think it's also you're burnt out because you're doing the same thing over and over again. They're turning every character into like a base for humor, and they're not taking anything like really as it is, and they're not letting it just exist without it being like a little tongue in cheek. They have to make everything seem like it's oh, but look how silly it is. It's still a little dumb, right? Instead of just being like it's cool.
They're pretty straightforward with Ethan Hawke's character's stuff. Like that was just some expo drop, and
that is what I loved actually in the show was that change to Ethan Harrow. That was clever.
Yeah, it's great, but it's still kind of one-dimensional as a bad guy. It's like, he means well, but he's doing it the wrong way, and it's obvious.
Well, I think Marvel's always had a villain problem. I think they've just
I agree.
But you'd think since Thanos, you'd think they'd come a long way from that. And
I mean, I never thought Thanos was that. I thought everything he said was a little nonsense to me. Like he never checked up on any of the
had
planets.
the agency for it. Like I don't know, it worked for me because he's a giant purple alien guy, and they gave like purpose to him when I'm used to the Thanos who just does it because he's in love with death.
Right.
I thought it was a good we got a good version of it, but you'd think that they'd try a little harder with this, and he just straight up says like, no, we must be cleansed, and I'm not going to see it any other way. What I did like about him was that we revealed that he used to be the hand of Khonshu.
Yeah, that was
really
that
was
actually.
that was
I like
that part. Yeah.
I loved when he's
me.
like, "What's he saying? Yeah. He says he's gonna kill me. He's telling you to. He's telling you to slip.
That was
slip
a good
my throat."
hook.
He's like, I like that he knew exactly, and it kind of
that was
like
the best thing in the episode.
Yeah, and it kind of turns
like,
Khonshu into kind of like a brat. Like, come on, do it, just kill him, crush his windpipe.
I do like the design of Khonshu.
Crush his windpipe.
Yeah.
And I like that he's kind of like this,
and they're still delivering those lines better. They're delivering those lines better in this than Venom did in the Venom series movies.
Well, they have F. Murray Abraham doing it.
Sayalari, dude.
Yep,
he killed Mozart.
Yep. Yeah.
But like, I see now that I like the conflict that they're in.
Yeah,
it's just, man, Stevie's involvement is annoying me.
Yeah,
but I'm like that he's trapped in a mirror, and then we got Mark doing his apocalypse now,
right?
Kind of just chilling in a hotel room.
we go back to the demon fight
and Jake take the reign.
I'm definitely have a little few issues with how CGI, especially Moonknight, looks. And
Black Loki, where you at?
Yeah,
where you at? You've been saying this all week. Come on, come here and tell us.
He's
say the
now that we're talking
reference.
about it. Now that we're talking about it, we don't have Lavelle in the chat. But it's definitely very CGI-ish, which was surprisingly takes me out of these sequences a little bit. And I know there's a lot of CGI stuff, and I know the stuff that does and doesn't work in the Marvel universe, but this is definitely, I think we even said the first episode is a little more recognizable. And I think it's a production I don't know what production company is doing that particular set of visual effects. But,
it's about the budget, like.
Well, the budget, but
like we're not going to have the budget that we have for like Spider-Man.
But there also has been I feel like I'm watching CW's The Flash kind of visual effects almost.
Yeah, I can see it. Maybe they're trying.
It's like a step down from where the other was. Loki had some wonderful effects, and WandaVision had some wonderful effects. It just feels like again, it's like I think they've outsourced so much. Maybe they're insourcing, companies that can't keep up with the demand of the other companies.
Monsters just look that way, because when I watched Shang-Chi, when those soul-sucking monsters, I hated those.
I
hated that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Most CGI in the movie.
What
was the fuzzy guy's name?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Morris.
Morris.
He looked all right, but maybe it's just when they do monsters, it just doesn't work for
when
me,
do. But even when they do Moon Knight himself, the leaping across the buildings and stuff, I looked back on it and rewatched it. And I was like, wow, that really is not great. I mean, sadly, it again, I don't want special effects to take me out of the visual, and normally they don't. But I mean, the story, as I said, I'm interested in what's going on. I'm fascinated with the new stuff. But as Elijah said, it's not grabbing me as say Hawkeye did. Because Hawkeye grabbed me as a story. But is it because I'm more invested in those characters?
Well, it's a lot more grounded too. They've invested in the characters, and it's a lot more grounded. And
but even Loki wasn't grounded, and
but we were invested in that character.
We were invested in that character.
But it's also about how they treat the character. And I think Moon Knight they're not treating very fairly compared to other characters, how they're personified. Like Loki makes sense for him to be a jokester. Hawkeye, they took a lot from a lot of books that really already worked to make something that worked.
Right.
WandaVision was a completely different tone than the movies, but they made it work because it fit the character.
Right.
Moon Knight, I feel like they're at such a cross with the tone that they're presenting with the irreverent comedy and his monster hunting.
There's no reference point to this at all.
There really
is.
Not
connected, I mean, they said it's not really connected to the rest of the Marvel universe.
It feels
its own separate thing. So maybe they're just they don't care and they're just trying to do.
I don't think they don't care. They definitely care, but
it's even less connected than Daredevil was, because there's no outside reference to any events that have happened. There's no reference to the huge celestial heads sticking out of the ocean.
They reference Area 51, which is the craziest thing Steven can think of. Yeah, I'm like, the aliens have invaded New York.
Right,
you don't need to say Area 51. That's not that weird anymore.
Heck, I mean, even London got hit with Doctor Strange and the whole, weird stuff going on.
The blip, none of that.
It wouldn't no reference be irrelevant. Like if aliens like they exist, like you don't know where they think they keep them. You already saw them.
Do we think? I think Steve just disappeared with the blip. I mean, he had no recollection of anything. I think he just came back and accepted that something weird. Apparently,
but still, like tons of stuff even before the blip happened.
Oh no, totally, absolutely.
Like Avengers
Marvel world.
Yeah, exactly. No, totally. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like there's no reference, like outside reference to anything.
I mean, Marvel might be sick of giving reference as well, but I think as the inside element, we all kind of have fun to know what.
It's not about how it's how you build the world. You know, that's part of the world building.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is Steven's acting like everything is like so otherworldly to him. But he already knows gods exist. Thor is a public figure. Valkyrie leads Norway right now, or New Asgard. Like, I don't think a moon god would be that out of realm for the Marvel universe. Like, like, okay, so this is what I am.
Yeah. The one reference I see to anything happening in this universe is the state of mind of people willing to give themselves to this cult that Ethan Hawke is starting. You know, like that kind of that's a reach, but like the willingness of people to do that would come from a world that has been blipped and blipped back. And just the state of the world right now is just like, I'm lost. I need guidance. Like, I get that.
That would be a more it's subtle, but it'd be a more interesting in as to why he able to pull in people nice. So easy. Yeah, I agree.
It'd be nice to get the dialogue from some of the cult members. And since we're talking about the cult, I'd like to talk about the fact that Ethan Hawke's character makes them all listen to the same Bob Dylan song.
I mean,
he's like, guys, this is a banger. Trust me, we're just gonna have this on repeat.
Liam's making a point. You know, there is no sense sometimes just to watch it and have fun. I definitely do have fun in the moment.
Yes, but that's not the attitude that built this universe. You know, and it's not. This is not the time to go that way. You know, it's all established. Maybe after like Multiverse of Madness, yes, we could say it all doesn't make sense because it's all crazy now, but. It hasn't happened yet, and especially if you're going to do something that's like this, you want to kind of ground it in this established universe to kind of make sense of it and put it in perspective or something. It's just a bit too standalone for my taste right now, and I feel like that's hurting it.
For sure. But you're right. It's definitely very standalone. I mean, the other thing I've also noticed as well is that they are reusing a lot of shots that have been done in Marvel. This particular shot here, the bird's eye view where the camera goes upside down, we of course saw that in the first Avengers when the camera looks above the scepter and then pans and all the everybody's. So they've used.
They did that in Ragnarok too.
Ragnarok
with the Valkyrie and Loki walking in.
And of course,
this one. We play around with like reflections in this movie.
Oh no, totally. Oh no, I like that. Stuff, but then they are reproducing a lot of visual shots, which are the same repeating kind of.
I think it's starting to become a little bit of a problem within the universe. It makes all the things feel the same tone.
For sure. Maybe that's what they're going for too. It's. I'm enjoying it because I'm enjoying something new, but I'm not totally into it either yet or as much as I have been in the past Marvel series that they've put up to date. And as I said, it's like it's just I don't know if this is just because this is entirely a brand new character that is unfamiliar to me, or whether or not I'm just seeing more of the same pacing and the same slow build up that is taking place in other stuff and other genres and stuff like that. Because Book of Boba Fett had this slow build up as well, where it took forever to get right up to the top of the sixth episode. And if they're introducing,
and they still drop the ball.
I know. But I'm saying that if this is supposed to be a dynamic new character, I want to be so dynamically into this character from day one. I don't want this slow build up.
Well,
I want something.
This episode did introduce stuff that I'm interested in, like the whole Khonshu concept that he just jumps from one hand to another and is kind of like an asshole. He's like, oh yeah, there's always one more job. What do you say? He's gonna promise you that he's gonna set you free after this? No, that guy's a jerk, man.
Yeah,
you trust him. Look at that guy.
I'm hoping next week we're going to get some sort of backstory, since that was our last image that he's ended up in Egypt.
Yeah, they did set up and and I know who really killed those archaeologists and stuff like that. So we're thrown into all this mystery. It's just I guess we're just getting sick and tired that nothing's getting answered after 2 episodes in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and it's just like, oh, come on, tell us already.
Makes sense. So guys, what would you give it out of 10? This episode?
No, I can't rate it yet. It's not done yet.
You don't want to hear my rating. It'd be a little mean.
Okay. The first episode was about an 8 for me. This is about a 7 for me. The second episode.
Wow,
that's pretty high.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the first episode. I liked it as a fresh concept, but the second episode did not, for me, pull me in any further.
As fresh as it is, this is pretty much like Fight Club, Memento, and
for sure,
like Batman rolled into one, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I've been thinking. It's like the concept that they're doing has been done before. I don't think they need to spend as much time explaining it.
And done so well, too.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they should have just immediately had 5 personas, and they could have just kind of let the audience pick up on what was happening.
But, in the first episode, I did like that set piece of like him and Mark at the same time. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
this is the most we could get out of that concept, though.
Yeah,
just him waking up and all of a sudden he shot a bunch of people.
Right.
That was done well. I feel like they blew their load on that.
Yeah,
for these first 2 episodes, because even the CGI was kind of like kind of choppy in that. There were moments in that were kind of like,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't take me out of it. Like I'm excited to see all the. I'm just excited to see all the the set pieces. And stuff that they do, because they always Marvel always delivers on their set pieces. And
yeah. So anyway, what other news is out there, guys? Anything left on Moon Knight at all, or just see where it goes next week?
There was some news where in an interview, the actor mentioned something about wanting to put together the Midnight Suns team from the comics, which is a team mostly focused on like the spiritual side. So not Avengers, but not Avengers adjacent, but a team of like Ghost Rider will be on it, Magic will be on it.
Right.
There's a lot of cool character opportunities for Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
Like Blade.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think this is that's why it feels so different, right? It's just going to introduce the whole Dark Horse kind of, or the more darker.
Yeah. It's supposed to. I really was kind of hoping the show would be a little bit darker in tone to kind of introduce all those characters like Blade and all those characters, really fill that dark mystical side of Marvel that is like the dark side of characters like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, there's still plenty of show left.
Oh yeah, there's still plenty
of time left for them to do it.
I do like when he pulls his blades away, it just reappears.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
But yeah, I think that would be the best thing to come out of this, to just introduce like a new breed of more adult Marvel stuff, kind of like the way the comics do. They kind of just branch off, and that's a smart move business-wide for Marvel, and exciting on our end, because it'd be expanding their universe and like the rated R stuff. Gotcha.
It would make sense of them doing stuff like Ms. Marvel that's like more exclusively for kids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll see.
But like, you want to be all around. That's probably the best business model, but like, it would be cool. Right. Comic book movies have proven to do well as rated R comic book movies.
Yeah.
But they're always still hesitant. Marvel's still hesitant about it, which I think I get, but
but they're Disney
properties. It just works better.
Yeah.
They're Disney. Like Disney does not put out rated R stuff.
No, totally.
Yeah.
They're
so I think that's the issue there. Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, I think that's enough about Moonknight this week. Elijah, there was something else you wanted to talk about specifically?
we don't have to talk about it.
Oh, we don't? Okay. All right.
You can skip it.
No. We can talk about it.
No, don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
What? Why did you bring it up? Come on. At least tell us.
I don't know. It's because I just whatever
No, go for it.
The Pistols TV show that Danny Boyle just got a trailer, like a 30-second trailer that's out now.
Okay.
I'm really excited for this. It's this is a series that I've always thought would be great, and it's the same sort of concept where you have a lot of different characters in one story that all kind of converge into a one big storyline.
Okay.
And I just think this is going to be. I hope it's really good. I mean, I hope it's surprisingly good to people that know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
People are like, "Oh, the Sex Pistols. Why is that interesting?" And it's kind of like the whole Tom and Pammy thing. Tom and Pam. Tommy and Pam?
Mm-hmm. Pam and Tommy?
Pammy and Tommy, or I forgot what it's called. But anyways, where like people are like, "Oh, this is surprisingly interesting." I always thought the story of the Sex Pistols would be a great for a series, and great for all those different characters working in the series to make a one story. I
thought that Danny Boyle is directing,
and that Danny Boyle's doing it. Danny Boyle's like the perfect director to be. Can you put the
yeah?
I don't know if you have any other images.
Which one? The image or the video?
Either. Yeah, Danny Boyle doing it. I think is like the perfect director to be able to be doing this, and just the characters that they're putting in there. It's just perfect. They're getting all the major characters, all the major people in that movement in this show. So
yeah, Danny Boyle has always been associated.
It's the one thing that I'm really.
Yeah, he's always been associated with that kind of counterculture, punk rock.
Now, let me pull up the
right.
Let me pull up the
and
trailer.
I'm sure it's one of those things that like it's for the Brits. It's like one of the things that like, it's the birth of creativity and artists and poets and musicians, and like that time is
Liam's
like
excited.
A time of rebellion where like you created a lot of musicians and artists in all different types of like categories or whatever.
Should I? I'll play the little.
You play it. I don't think it'd be that big of a problem.
Yeah.
There's no music in it or anything.
Right. I have a funny story to tell about the Sex Pistols once.
But they're just nailing. I mean, they're really nailing everything. The characters and the look. I mean, just the quality, the quality of the film and the way they're making it look.
Right.
With like old footage.
Kind of blown out.
That's cool.
And I think for any for any band or any musical bio, I think this is going to be like pretty spot on, like history wise.
That's cool.
Which I think is going to be.
I mean, it's definitely in your thing. That's
the
for
Queen
sure.
movie did and over embellished stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's really accurate. Cool. It's actually based on this book right here by Steve Jones, like the memoir. That this is like the guitar player of the Sex Pistols. He basically like, I don't want to say single-handedly started like the punk movement, but he kind of did in England by starting a group, and it kind of snowballed into like what the punk movement became. But
gotcha.
I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be really good, and
that's cool.
I think
you've got a new friend of Liam now.
I'm just saying. I hope in general. I'm
sure,
hoping it's well received for the general public, and it's like, I guess hopefully because I'll feel validated. Like all these years, I'm like, man, I've always really enjoyed this. I always thought it was interesting, and more than the music itself, I think it's an interesting story time in history of like music and whatever people, and just it's an interesting story.
Yeah,
Elijah's always been an Anglophile.
Yeah. When does that come out again?
May 31st.
Okay. All right. So.
And I think they all air. Cool. I think they all air at the same time. So I don't know what day Obi-Wan is, but like May 31st, I'll be watching. If that starts at midnight, I'll be like, oh crap, I'm staying up all night. I want to watch all those shows all at once. and I'll probably watch it like a few times. So
yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
I'm overly excited for that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have a funny story about my perspective on Sex Pistols. As you know, I never followed music when I was a kid,
I mean, I would love for you to hear whatever you're about to say.
Yeah,
because it just would be interesting.
Well, it was really a Star Wars reference because what happened was one of my best friends who was a Star Wars fan, he has an older brother, and when I was about like 15 years old or so, literally I was over at their place, and his brother brought up this comment and he said, "It's the Sex Pistols," and I was saying, "The what?" And he says, "The Sex Pistols. You've never heard of the Sex Pistols?" And I quite casually in Obi-Wan Kenobi voice went, "Should I have?" I don't know. It was just a moment. Well, I don't even know why I brought that up. So okay, so much for a funny story. I'm just saying. Oh, whatever. Okay, forget it.
That's all right. That's totally fine.
And we
I thought it was going to be like something actually about the music.
No, not at all. I'd never heard.
And Johnny Rotten came back to life.
All right, fair enough.
I thought maybe you're like reference. I heard a song once or like something.
Not one of my
guy with a Sex Pistols t-shirt like in school, and you're like, no.
Elijah and Jason's just in shock. Okay, fair enough. So, Jason, any news on your end with Vogu, or is it pretty quiet this week? Or are you still pretty busy?
There's some actual t-shirt lines. Our clothing is doing really well.
That's cool.
Things are actually getting sold out.
Oh wow!
So
that's
if you
awesome.
need to order any Vogu apparel from Just Hype, it's a UK brand. Order now.
Yep.
Whatever is available.
But
yeah, I guess they're working hard at the new collection. I've been breaking some ground on some new stuff. I'm actually like really excited.
No, I was not very cool in high school. I was the I was the Star Wars fanatic.
Obviously. I was voted most artistic.
Mark, you're late. We're just finishing up. And by the way, I forgot to mention Better Call Saul. I really need to see I need to see the series. I've seen season 1 and I did love it. I will recatch up on that. And apparently this season, I saw an image that they're going to be bringing back Aaron. I forgot his name.
Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston back into.
Shit!
Into Better Call Saul.
Into Better Call Saul.
I assume they're going to be Better Call Saul. Yeah. So I mean, it's catching.
He's going to have that big bald cap like he had in the El Camino movie.
I have no idea. I'm not too sure. It's going to catch up with the time frame of Breaking Bad finally. So it's like I'm curious. It's like all those actors
started.
Yeah, all those actors have changed quite a bit in the last 6 years. So
they've all had great careers.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying to bring them back as their younger selves. I don't know if they're going to do anything. I will recap the series once they finish the season. I'm going to start watching the series for sure.
It's a good series.
Absolutely. Anyway, guys, we've basically gone on for like 2 hours, an hour and 20 minutes. So I think we're gone along enough here.
I'd want a socio-political Star Wars movie.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I admit. I would love to see a movie on Grand Moff Tarkin, to be honest. I think that'd be an awesome story. Like,
you may fire when ready.
You may fire when ready. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody in chat. And guys, thank you very much for joining us again. We will probably drop a reaction video if indeed we do get to see a trailer tomorrow for Thor Love and Thunder. And we will do another reaction video for Moonknight on Wednesday morning. We'll drop it. Other than that, guys, have a great week, everybody, and we shall see you all later. Thank you.
Name another target.